Colossus vs Hulk sounds like it should be competitive since they're both known for raw strength and incredible durability. On one side, you've got Pyotr Rasputin, who transforms into organic steel and serves as the X-Men's heavy hitter. On the other, there's Bruce Banner, who turns into a green rage monster that gets stronger the angrier he gets with literally no upper limit. Colossus brings super strength in his metal form, complete invulnerability to most physical attacks, and decades of combat training with the X-Men. Hulk brings strength that scales infinitely with his rage, healing factor that repairs damage almost instantly, and a track record of fighting cosmic entities and winning. The question isn't just about who hits harder, it's whether Colossus's controlled tactical fighting and metal durability can overcome the Hulk's unlimited anger, powered strength escalation, or if there's a ceiling to what organic steel can withstand before it breaks. Colossus brings to the fight. Pyotr Rasputin grew up on a farm in Russia before his mutant powers manifested during his teenage years, allowing him to transform his entire body into organic steel. His recruitment into the X-Men happened when Professor Xavier needed someone with his specific combination of strength, durability, and gentle personality that made him reluctant to use his full power unless absolutely necessary. The transformation from simple farm boy to X-Men powerhouse involved learning that sometimes protecting people requires being willing to hurt those who threaten them. His role on the team serves as both the tank, who takes hits for squishier members, and the heavy artillery when situations require overwhelming force. Key events include the Colossus Bloodline storyline, where he became the new Juggernaut, fighting alongside and against various X-Men teams, and his sacrifice during the Legacy virus crisis that temporarily killed him before his eventual resurrection. The relationship with Kitty Pryde and his sister Illyana shaped his character development from someone afraid of his own strength into a hero who understands when holding back helps versus when it gets people killed. Colossus's metal form provides strength that lets him lift over 100 tons, punch through steel barriers, and throw objects weighing several tons across significant distances. The organic steel transformation makes him virtually invulnerable to conventional weapons. Bullets flatten against his skin, blades shatter on contact, and explosions that would kill normal people barely stagger him. His durability extends to extreme temperatures, toxic environments, and electrical attacks that his metal body conducts harmlessly. Combat training with the X-Men covers multiple fighting styles adapted for someone whose strength and durability change combat dynamics entirely. The tactical approach focuses on controlled application of force. Unlike berserker fighters, Colossus maintains strategic thinking and doesn't let emotions dictate his actions. His experience includes fighting enemies ranging from normal humans to cosmic-level threats, learning to calibrate his strength for different opponent types. The key limitation is that his strength operates at a fixed maximum level based on his metal form's properties, rather than scaling with emotional state or combat duration, meaning what he brings at the start of a fight is roughly what he maintains throughout. How Hulk controls the field. Bruce Banner's transformation into the Hulk happened through gamma radiation exposure during a bomb test where he saved a teenager who'd wandered onto the testing grounds. The accident created a split personality where Banner's repressed rage manifests as a nearly mindless monster whose strength increases exponentially the angrier he gets. His evolution from uncontrollable monster to sometimes heroic Avenger involved learning to maintain some of Banner's intelligence while in Hulk form, though this varies wildly depending on which Hulk personality is dominant. The relationship between Banner and Hulk represents internal conflict between intellect and emotion, control and rage, with various storylines exploring different aspects of this psychological split. His role fluctuates between hero, villain, and force of nature depending on who's in control and what's triggered the transformation. Key events include fighting Thor to a standstill, holding up a mountain range that weighed 150 billion tons, punching through dimensions, and the World War Hulk storyline where his rage reached levels that threatened Earth itself. The various Hulk personalities, Savage Hulk, Joe Fixit, Professor Hulk, World Breaker, demonstrate that the gamma radiation created something far more complex than just a strong monster. Hulk's strength operates on a unique scaling system where his baseline already exceeds most superheroes, but increases infinitely based on how angry he gets during combat. His starting strength lets him lift hundreds of tons casually. As fights progress and he gets madder, he's lifted increasingly impossible weights including mountains, planets, and even held together tectonic plates. The healing factor repairs damage almost as fast as its inflicted. Broken bones heal in seconds. Severed limbs regrow, and injuries that should be fatal become temporary inconveniences. Durability scales with his anger just like strength, meaning attacks that hurt him early in fights bounce off harmlessly once he's sufficiently enraged. His leaping ability covers miles in a single bound, while his thunderclap attack creates shockwaves that level buildings and can extinguish fires across city blocks. Combat experience includes battles against gods, cosmic entities, and abstract forces through pure physical application, learning that overwhelming force solves most problems when applied with sufficient anger. The psychological component involves complete abandonment of restraint. Hulk doesn't hold back, doesn't worry about collateral damage, and doesn't stop until threats are smashed or he calms down. His greatest tactical asset is that trying to hurt him makes him angrier, and getting angrier makes him stronger, creating a positive feedback loop that his enemies fuel with every attack. The battle. The fight opens with Colossus trying to end this quickly through superior technique and controlled force application, landing precise strikes designed to incapacitate rather than enrage. His opening combination would stagger most opponents, but Hulk tanks the hits while his anger starts building from the pain and indignity of being attacked. Colossus recognizes the danger signs, Hulk's muscles swelling, his roars getting louder, his strength visibly increasing with each exchange. The tactical approach shifts as Powder realizes this won't be a quick fight, and attempts to use his combat training to outmaneuver rather than overpower, looking for submission holds or pressure points that might work on Gamma, enhanced physiology. Hulk responds by abandoning any pretense of fighting skill and just smashing everything in reach, turning the environment into weapons and hazards while his growing rage pushes his strength beyond Colossus's initial estimates. The first real problem emerges when Colossus's strongest punches start having less effect as Hulk's anger fueled durability increases, while Hulk's return strikes begin denting organic steel that should be virtually indestructible. The decisive shift happens when Colossus realizes he's in a losing situation. Every second the fight continues makes Hulk stronger while his own power remains constant. His metal form shows stress fractures from repeated impacts with force that keeps escalating beyond what organic steel was designed to withstand. Hulk's strength has scaled to levels where his punches send Colossus flying through buildings, and the organic steel that shrugged off bullets and blades starts cracking under planet-moving force. Powder's tactical experience tells him this ends badly if it continues, but Hulk's rage has reached levels where retreat isn't an option. The green monster is too angry to let him leave, and too strong to be stopped by anything Colossus can throw at him. Hulk achieves victory through the same method that's won him fights against gods and cosmic entities. Getting hit makes him mad, getting mad makes him stronger, and eventually his strength exceeds whatever his opponent can handle. The final exchange involves Hulk grabbing Colossus and demonstrating that even organic steel has breaking points when subjected to sufficient force. Colossus's metal form, stressed beyond its limits by repeated exposure to escalating strength levels, finally gives out under a grip that's crushing with planetary scale pressure. His defeat comes not from lack of skill or courage, but from the fundamental mathematical problem of fighting someone whose power increases exponentially while yours stays fixed. The outcome shows that controlled strength and superior technique have hard limits against opponents whose strength literally has no ceiling. Could Colossus have won by finding a way to keep Hulk calm? Or was this always going to favor the guy whose power system is specifically designed to overcome any level of opposition through sufficient anger?